Hi friend, today I will share with you my experience of interval fasting and why in my opinion and in the opinion of most experts interval fasting will not help you get rid of excess fat, especially if you had no successful experience before and you think, oh interval fasting, now I will for sure lose weight. Fortunately, I have something to tell you, I managed to lose the stomach and make not a bad shape. While losing weight I tried interval fasting and the results were shocking. Why for beginners interval fasting does not work, what are the disadvantages of interval fasting and what helped me lose weight I will now tell you in detail, but about everything in order. In the meantime, I will ask you to like this video and subscribe to my channel with a bell, so as not to miss new useful videos. So what is interval fasting? Interval fasting is an eating plan in which a certain amount of time in the day is set aside for fasting, and the rest of the time we eat food. The popular proportion is 16:8 where 16 hours we fast. Don't be alarmed, it also includes sleeping time and 8 hours we eat. Like any diet, interval fasting is built on cutting back on the amount of food we eat. I chose a period of time from 12 noon to 8 p.m. I eat, and accordingly from 8 p.m. to the next noon I do not eat at all. I can only drink water. Does that sound encouraging? No. And my first difficulties didn't start right away, but literally the next day. When you wake up in the morning and feel hungry and fine if you slept 12 hours and woke up at 10 a.m. and you only have to be patient for 2 hours, but I woke up at 7 a.m. for work and the time until noon was very long and hungry. The first time you're enthusiastic, it won't seem like some kind of disaster. At 12 o'clock you calmly start eating and like the diet description says you eat enough to get full, but when it was already day 5 of interval fasting, literally 2 hours after eating I wanted to eat again. Each day my level of hunger increased by noon and when I got to my food, I ate a lot and satiety did not come quickly. After 2 hours I wanted to eat the elephant again, but that was not all, and after another 2 hours when it seemed that I had finished the previous elephant, I wanted to start eating the next one. So, what is the main problem? That in this schedule we can still eat more than our daily caloric intake, because we are very hungry and we initially don't know how much we have eaten. Also, being hungry for a long time undermines morale and loses motivation. Does interval starvation work at all? Yes, it works, but it works for those people who originally know their daily calorie allowance and know exactly how many calories they ate, otherwise it will not give you any result except loss of motivation and frustration. Before I started interval fasting, I knew my daily quota and always counted calories, but the problem was that I was constantly hungry and after a month I lost 2 kilos, but along with the weight went and motivation. By the way friends, have you tried interval fasting? Or are you only planning to try it? Write about it in the comments. So which weight loss method to choose in order to lose weight with pleasure and not get into metabolic adaptation after 2 months? Metabolic adaptation is when your body adapts to a state where you are consuming less calories than normal, but the weight isn't going anywhere. And I had that. I was getting to the point of absurdity. I was eating exactly half of my daily calories and creating a lot of activity by walking, but the weight wasn't going anywhere. How did I lose the weight? The main reason for weight loss, as we know, is the caloric deficit, in which case it is important to understand your daily norm. I calculated it, and my daily norm is 1,800 calories. It was also necessary to include in the calculations my daily activity. I work at the construction site and in addition to training I burn a lot of calories during the day, so I had to eat 2,200 calories. This is the number at which I will not lose weight or get fat. In order to lose weight steadily, I created a small deficit of 200 calories and every day I ate 2,000 calories. By the way, about how to count calories, how to work out, how to motivate myself every day and how to finally get a healthy and beautiful body, I wrote in my book. The link is in the description and attached comments. I ate the right foods and didn't feel hungry during the day and occasionally allowed myself to eat some sweets. I gave up sugary drinks, anything with sugar, fatty foods like pork or beef. I gave up flour products, burgers, fries. In my diet I had a lot more protein from poultry and most of the carbohydrates were complex carbs from rice, buckwheat, oatmeal and durum pasta. Since I work at a physically demanding job during the day I don't need to create extra activity for myself, but if you work in an office or at home or don't move much in general, I recommend you to walk at least 10,000 steps every day. For me, that number ranges from 10,000 to 15,000 steps every day. On this diet I didn't feel hungry, well except in the evening closer to bedtime, but that's not as bad as on interval fasting, because you know you're going to wake up in the morning and be full. Now, for the best part. In order not to get into metabolic adaptation, after 14 days of eating 2,000 calories, I was doing 4 days of loading. During that time, I ate absolutely everything and in unlimited quantities. I ate several burgers a day, I drank drinks with sugar, I ate my favorite pastries. Well, in general on these 3 to 4 days I quietly let my body replenish itself, and thus I mentally rested from counting calories and restrictions. After these 3 days I started over again with a 14-day marathon. This way I was able to get rid of the excess belly fat from that and turn into this, and most importantly the fat did not come back. If you still have any questions about my experience, you can feel free to write about them in the comments. I am happy with my result, and I assure you that absolutely anyone can achieve it without any grueling hunger strikes. See you later, bye.